皆さん、こんにちは。パプスです。今日は BBC からリリースされた新しいマールズシングルモルトジャパニーズウイスキーブレンドをレビューをします。さあ、飲みましょうか。Well, how about that, folks? Not every day you get to see Pops speaking Japanese. Am I right? Well, my pronunciation is more than rusty, and I may have had a grammatical error in there, but I'll take my gold star for trying. And, you know, it's been several decades since I've set foot in Japan, but I was trying to put that Japanese studies degree to good work for you today. Because today we are going to dive into Bardstown Bourbon Company's latest distillery reserve release, which is Mars. And that is Mars Single Malt Japanese Whiskey Blend. Now, before I get into all these details, I'm going to avoid the lengthy preamble and just get into tasting. That way, if all you want to know is if I like it, I'm going to do my job and you can move on with your day. But hopefully, you'll stick around to learn just a skosh more, if you will. So the nose on this whiskey is beautiful. There's no better way to say it. It is inviting, it is gorgeous, it is sexy. It has some of the hallmarks you want from bourbon, right? As a bourbon lover, it's got some toasted oak in there. You've got some vanilla notes in there, so a floral bed, if you will. But man, on top of that, lovely, light, sweet notes of cherries, like really bright, juicy, just gonna burst in your mouth cherries and plums, okay? But this fruit, we've taken it up a notch because they're very sugary. It's almost like they've been caramelized, okay? Not burnt, just caramelized. So they're very rich smelling on the nose. It is truly lovely, and none of that single malt aroma that you normally get, especially from American single malt. So if you were shy about this one because you don't like American single malts, don't worry about that. We're not dealing with this. We're dealing with Japanese single malts. But the proof, as always, is on the palate. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what to expect coming into this, but it wasn't this. This is fan-frickin-tastic. This is absolutely delicious. Sweet, the plum, those cherries, floral notes come through. If you don't like sweet drinks, you're not gonna like it. It's not sweet as in like an artificially flavored thing, just naturally sweet. Think of a nice sweet wine. It's got that sort of essence to it. But then that toasted oak, those vanilla notes come in, right? Tamper it down a little bit. You get a little bit of tannins dancing on the tongue with spice notes mixed in there, which lets you know you're not drinking something artificially sweet. This, to me, just presents like a lovely, light, fruit, sweet forward bourbon, okay? For those of you who have drank Japanese whiskey before, you know it's very similar to Scotch in sort of the general flavor profile. You're going to experience that. You're not getting that effort really coming through. It's there, but it's so well balanced. So even if you don't like Japanese whiskey, you could very much fall in love with this release. It's that good. This was released on May 29th. It's likely all gone. It was being sold, I think, exclusively in the gift shop. $99 for 375 ml. That is what size this bottle is here, so it's not even as big as my big old head. But if you were able to get one, hopefully you're enjoying the hell out of this because it's really tasty. And if you don't like it, send it to me. I'll give you some samples in exchange for it because I really, really like it. All right, so what's in the glass? For those of you who want extra credit. Well, this is actually a blend of 4 different whiskey components. 2 of those are Kentucky bourbon. One is 10 years old, and that has a mash bill of 74% corn, 18% rye, and 8% barley, so a nice high rye bourbon mash bill. The second Kentucky bourbon is 16 years old, and that's coming in at 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. So that's your Kentucky bourbon base. Layered into that are 2 Japanese single malts. Now, single malts in Japan, these are 100% malted barley, and the single means they were made each at a single distillery. The first one is the Komagatake, that is 5 years old, and then the other one is Tsunuki, and that is 5 years old as well. Now, what's interesting about these, okay, and I'm going to reference the press release so I don't screw this up, all right, is that the Sanuki single malt is aged in sakura or cherry wood barrels. And this is a rare process, right? It's expensive. The barrels aren't as good at retaining liquid, so they're a little bit more on the rare side, okay? And then the other one, which is the Komagatake single malt, that is aged in Umeshu barrels. And Umeshu is plum liqueur, which is very popular in Japan. Very tasty, very sweet. When I lived there, I drank a lot of that because I was just getting in the alcohol and the sweet note of it. Well, easy drinking. Let's just say you can get in a lot of trouble. And I really get a lot of that flavor in this specific blend. So they take those whiskeys, okay, they meld them together, blend them together, if you will, and then they're going to age them for another 12 months. And then they bottle it to this fantastic limited time release. I hope you weren't on the fence and missed your opportunity, but this is a great bottle. It may be my favorite bottle that they've done. I like the Mizunara Oak release. I enjoyed the Notre Dame release, even though it was a little getting close to that tannic limit for me. But this is fantastic because this doesn't have any of those scary edges that I tried to avoid for my particular palate. So gold star, A+ to BBC and Mars for this collaborative effort. And if you can find your way to get a pour of this at a bar, definitely try it. I think you're going to dig it. It's going to be sweeter, a little bit different than anything that you've had, but not cloying and annoying like any of those artificially flavored whiskeys that are out there in the market. And, you know, if you really want to take this to the next level, a little tasty recommendation is get this. See if you can track down some other Kentucky bourbons with those mash bills. Once again, if you look them up on the BBC website, I'm sure you'll get an idea where they may be from. And then, of course, on the Japanese whiskey side, see if you can get some of the Mars products as well. Because it's always fun to do a tasting with the components that ultimately make it into the blend. And so you taste the individual components, then taste this at the blend. That's a hell of a way to have a little tasting experience. So thanks to BBC for sending this my way. I enjoy it. Feel free to send me another bottle or two, and I'll keep singing your praises. That's it, folks, for now. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and stay tuned. We'll have some more reviews coming to you soon. So, sayonara.